Welcome, everybody. I'm Dilly Briggs from the Dilly News Rock Show on Rockers Edge Radio and still on chaoticradio.com. Thanks so much for tuning in with us this weekend, folks. I really appreciate it because today we have special guests. We have frontman, singer, songwriter, lead guitarist Steve Katz of the last of the Misfit Heroes, all the way from London, England to California. All right, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, not doing too bad. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a nice day today.
So you know what? I mean, right now it took a little while, folks, for us to get coordinated because there is a huge difference. That's why I made sure to mention where they are and where we are located. So because, bringing this interview for all of you, it did take a little bit of time for us to be able to make sure we could conduct it because there is such a time gap, for us to do this. So again, thank you so much for working with me and trying to get that taken care of.
Yeah, perfect.
Now we're here to talk about they have a brand new, debut EP, and that their debut EP is Hope for the Hopeless.
Yeah.
And that was released just recently. Tell us when that came out.
Yeah, that came out on the 26th of March, and it came out on all sort of streaming platforms, and it's on our Bandcamp as well. So yeah, you can find it anywhere really. Yeah, just sort of Google Last Misfit Heroes, put Hope for the Hopeless in, and it'll pop up. So it's our sort of debut album, if you like. So we've got 10 songs on there, and it's going really well at the moment. So we're doing as much as we can online before we can get out and start doing gigs again. So hopefully that'll be quite soon. So it's all going quite well.
Now there's some of the other members couldn't make the interview today. So, Steve is here, to represent the whole band, but, we don't want to leave them out. So, let people know, who are the other members in the band and what do they do, because I gave such, an introduction for you, but, not for them, they just add on. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we'll whack them in.
So tell us about the other members.
Of course it is, yeah. It's not just about me, obviously. So on bass we've got my best mate Ange. He I've known him since we're about 5, so he plays bass and he does vocals. And then on drums is my cousin Chris, and obviously I've known him all my life. So so it's a nice little tight unit we got, and it's a nice little band to be in at the moment. So we're enjoying it. It's all going well.
How long have you guys been playing together? I mean, obviously, it's, your family members as well, so you've known each other since diaper days and whatnot, but,
That's
it. And it's kind of nice when you can work with a family member, because a lot of people have different feedbacks on that, but some bands say it's harder, but the majority say it's easier because, it's family. So even if you argue, you already have that way of coming back and we're family, let's talk this out, so but how long have you guys actually been playing though? Not just that you guys know each other forever and your best friend, the other the other trio, but how long have you actually put this together and started playing?
Well, I suppose the last Misfit Heroes, we came together 2 years ago now. We've been together 2 years, but I've been playing in bands with Ange since school. So there's a lot of bands we played in over the years, and then with my cousin Chris as well, we played in bands, a few bands in the last 5-10 years, and this band has just come together in the last 2 years, and it's been really good, really. Like we've just sort of been using it as doing our own material sort of thing rather than people's, and it's come together really well. So we're sort of enjoying it at the moment. Like I say, we've got the album coming out, or the album's out now, and we're just trying to build up to start hopefully doing some gigs quite soon. So that's the plan.
Yeah, nice. And now, like you said, the album is already out, so you can stream the album on all platforms. Again, that is Hope for the Hopeless on for them. It is their debut album with 10 tracks on this EP. Now we are going to be featuring one of the songs for everybody here on Rockers Edge Radio on the DNR show for everyone to hear. We're going to be featuring Pulling Punches. However, if you've been checking out Rockers Edge Radio on the regular, which you should, especially if you know the show, we actually are already playing Pulling Punches from Last of the Misfit Heroes on Rockers Edge Radio in regular music rotation, because that is one of the things that, that we do pride ourselves on, being able to give that platform, not just for main artists, mainstream that everybody knows and loves, of course, but we give that chance, that platform for upcoming local, people that, work really, really hard and need that exposure as well, but don't always get that exposure because a lot of times media wants to only, and I'm media, so I'm not bashing media, but in the same time, there's got to be a little change, because a lot of times media only want to flock to the main names already. But you know what? They forget those main names started somewhere.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, no, you're totally right. Yeah.
So I
definitely.
mean, and exactly. And so we're happy, to be able to do that and be able to put music out there. So yeah, if you're checking out Rockers Edge Radio on a regular, we've already been playing their music in rotation. We've gotten great feedback from the music that we have been playing, including theirs, so make sure to definitely check them out. But we are going to feature the song today specifically, so that people can know what we're talking about. I love the song. I love the track. I love the delivery of it. I love that little talk in between, and just kind of, I like that stuff, because then I feel like, the artist is kind of like, you're talking to the fan base. You're talking to the people who are listening to the music. So I feel like there's a little bit more of that personalized connection.
Yeah. We like to do that with the songs. Give it a bit more. It gives the song a bit more, sort of feel and a bit more flavor to it, and just gives it a bit more of a story, if you like. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now you're the songwriter there. Was that something that you came up with, or is it kind of a little collaboration? What was the thought process when you're writing this? What was the thought process in that, to slow the song down and kind of talk a little bit to the people who are listening to this music, and appreciate it, of course, but you're like giving them that extra attention, basically.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. Pulling punches. I sort of wrote that myself, but it sort of came about. I had the sort of main riff and the music that came together quite nicely, but the whole idea of that song, really lyrically as well, is it sort of came about at a time when things were sort of kicking off all over the place. I think obviously you've had it in the States, we've had it over here in the UK. People were just sort of feeling a bit disconnected with everything, and obviously Black Lives Matter and everything else, and I think that whole song is about pulling punches, is about sort of stepping back from it, and then sort of taking a sort of realizing that you don't really the whole left or wing or right wing, and it's about just sort of stepping back from it and not really wanting to get involved. If I mean, there are obviously genuine causes, and there's definitely issues, but I think when you get to the stage where you have to go out and smash something up, it's not healthy. It's definitely not healthy. And I think that's where pulling punches come from. It's like looking at the whole thing and just realizing that pretty much the system is just a bit of a mess, really. So that's where that came from.
No, and one of the reasons why I like to ask artists, like the process behind it, it's not just, oh, let's talk about it, but it's because sometimes when you hear the song and you listen to it, and I've been listening to it because, again, it's been playing, and we featured it on one of the mix shows when we do the mix shows, just to feature different artists. And this is kind of, for us, this is kind of like we're going back to kind of like catch up and do like a catch up interview, like a follow-up interview now with the artist that wrote the song that that we are already playing on the station. So that we get a little bit more feature and a little feedback about the artist and the song, because sometimes when you hear the song, it could feel like one way, and it means something in one way, and it hits you a certain way, which I already like the way it hit me anyways, But then when I was reading about, when we were talking previous to the interview about like what it's about, and also all the political stuff going on and everything, and it's so hard sometimes to communicate that for some people, that something like this, putting that into your heart and soul, into the music, it also, not just for yourself, but it'll help other people that are listening in, music fans that use music for that stress release. It'll help them identify and maybe help them release some of that.
Well, that's the thing.
As well.
I mean, that's what we try and do with our music. Really, it's like, I mean, even the name, Last Misfit Heroes has come about because we feel like misfits. We don't really feel like we sort of fit in. Exactly. We'll there's a whole way of looking at things which doesn't fit in the whole structure of how things work, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. And that's where we sort of come in. that's where our music really comes from. Is just like stepping back and just doing it because you can do it, and not trying to fit into a certain genre or a certain ideal about things, and just doing it because that's what you want to do. And that's what we're sort of saying about with this song is as well. With, it's I mean, we're living in a really sort of weird time at the moment. I don't know if obviously the same with you over there in the States. I mean, we're but over here as well, it's a really weird. I mean, this last week we've had like the Prime Minister called out for being a liar, and he's basically one of his top aides has just called him out, and you just think, well, how do you get to this point, and why is this even happening? There must be a better way of doing it than the actual shower that we got at the moment. So hopefully, things would change, but. Yeah, you don't know, but at the same time, all you can do is just do what you can do, and for us, that's just making music and trying to do what we can do, really.
And and exactly, I agree, and I understand with that. And like I said, sometimes when you hear the music, it hits you a certain way. But when you ask the artist, like, what was in your heart, what was in your mind, what happened to you, what triggered this moment in time that this song came out for you, type of thing, and it could be something totally different than what you might initially have thought, or it could make it even like more so than what you thought, and so that's why I always like to ask to find out the process, and again, and it helps people identify, and it helps the music listeners really identify with the artist as well and connect more with it, because you know how many people are going, fuck, I think the same damn thing every day, I'm so sick of this crap and whatever, I need to just get out and whatever, and but not everybody has that ability or the not the platform, just that little exit to be able to do it. So people like me use music for it. So
exactly, and I think that like I was saying, that I think music definitely is a healthy way of dealing with things. I think like you can find something in music which takes you away from the crap that's going on, like I say. But it can help you. It can definitely help you, like on loads of different levels. Definitely, it really helps.
And I think it's a great therapy on so many levels for so many people. It really is. So we've talked a lot about it already, folks. So once again, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Dylan News Rock Show on Rockers Edge Radio and chaoticradio.com as well. And we are speaking with frontman, singer, songwriter, lead guitarist Steve Catt of Last of the Misfit Heroes, which I love the name. Thank name you. Misfit. I was like, that's me. Always been a misfit, but sometimes it's those misfits that stick out. People say, I don't want to stick out. I don't fit in. I don't want to stick out. You know what? Sometimes you need to stick out because sticking out helps you, So, and I think it's fantastic. So we're speaking with him. We're talking about the new debut album, Hope for the Hopeless. We are talking about the song Pulling Punches, which we are about to feature for you right now, which is why we were talking about the process of it, so that people kind of get an idea of what the artist had in his heart and his mind and his soul, whatever, when he wrote this, and that now you kind of feel why you can connect to it, because I felt that connection, and I know a lot of people will and have if they've been listening to it already on the station. So we're going to go ahead and play that for you right now, ladies and gentlemen. Got to get my little reading glasses on. Sorry, so I can see what I'm doing to make sure I hit the right song. All right, so you're listening to Rockers Edge Radio. This is Last of the Misfit Heroes, Pulling Punches. And here we go.
Milk Street is now closed. All persons must immediately leave the area. Born of frustration, born of despair.
right. Now, if you're just tuning in, we just heard last of the Misfit Heroes. This was Pulling Punches here on Rockers Edge Radio. And we are talking with frontman Steve Katz of the band. Now, there are other members in the band that couldn't be here today, so just to give a quick shout out to them. We were talking about them earlier, tell us a little bit about them and like how you guys came together.
Yeah, well, there's Ange who plays bass and he does backing vocals. And he's my best mate. I've known him, since we went to school together when we were, I think, 5 years old. So it's been a long time. So we're best mates, and we've played in bands before, and songwriting and everything like that. We just sort of connect really well. So he's my best mate, and then on drums is my cousin Chris. And he's a great little drummer, and obviously I've known him all my life, but we haven't really sort of played music until the last few years, and so it's a bit weird. It's a bit funny because we've got like a family band as well, like the Cats family band. We just get together and just mess around, and then so I asked him to. Exactly, a lot of cats.
Just again to give everybody an update for anybody just tuning in, since we've already played the song, we're already halfway through the interview and stuff. So just to catch everybody up again on that. Now this one, you have a video already out for this, and the video was released the end of January? Is that correct?
That's right. That's right. It came out end of January, and that was done by our good friend Gareth, and. What we tried to show in that video is there's a lot of sort of scenes from what's been going on over the last couple of years, especially in America with, what's been going on both sides. And it's just trying to highlight what, all these bits from footage from over the years, what's been going on, and how we seem to be boiling up to a point where things are just getting a bit nasty, really. And just at the end of the video, we sort of used a few clips from, going back to sort of Germany in 1940s and things like that. And it's basically all we're saying is if you let extreme things get out of hand, this is where we end up, and it's not a good place. And that's what we're trying to say with the video. I mean, we definitely don't take sides of anything. We're quite I don't know where we sort of fit politically, because we don't really fit in either side, but we sort of look at the whole picture of it, and both sides have got good things and they've got bad things, and there's a lot of bad things going on at the moment. So,
but hence the name of the band. You don't feel like you fit in particular any way. That's the name of the band, and
exactly.
it's sometimes it's best not to fit in. Sometimes it is best not to follow the crowd, because then when you're following that crowd, sometimes how do you stop and go, hey, there's something new over here that needs to be done, and if you can't at least trickle away from it, at some point you're going to miss some great opportunities, and
exactly.
stuff. So I think the video is really visually stimulating. So it does, even the video tells the story. It really does, like you said, it tells the story, it sticks to the plot, and it gives a visual idea of, we don't really want to go back and repeat that negative history. It would just be detrimental to, I think, just our future, and moving forward, being able to go into that futuristic, nice little movie, futuristic, everything is so hunky-dory great, besides just wearing stupid bubbles on our faces. That's the only thing that came about so far. Right. But now you also have a video. They have another video, like a teaser video that he gave out for let me see here, just check my notes. Sorry. Dead Behind the Eyes. So they have for one of the other tracks. So I mean, so you're making videos. I know there's some artists out there that are like, well, we have the albums out, but we're still gonna try to see a lyric video or this or that. How were you guys able to get, to do this in the pandemic and the process and make these videos and get that stuff together for you? How was that process for you? How did you manage to do that?
Yeah, we're very fortunate, really. The guy who does our videos, Gareth, it's really interesting, really, because I sort of got to know Gareth about the same time, put the band together, and he's done films before in the past, and so we started chatting and talking about what we wanted out of the music and what he wanted to do visually as well. So the two came together really well, and with lockdown, it's worked out really well for us, because we've been able to put these ideas out there and let him do visually what he wants to do. I mean, Dead Behind the Eyes, he did all of that on his own. You know, didn't need us in the video. So he just put himself out. Yeah, just done what he wanted to do, and it's been great. And even like some of the other videos we've got When My Empire Falls. We sort of managed to film that during sort of lockdown in London. So it was great. We had London to ourselves. We could film all these great shots. You know, we got the Shard. We got all these amazing landmarks and stuff. And there's only us in the video, so it's worked out really well in that respect. But yeah, and it's really good, really, because we've been able to, I suppose, through music, is just highlight what's going on at the moment, and try to keep everything, try and put. We don't try and put a message out there. We're really just sort of saying, it's like we're saying about being a misfit and not fitting in. We're just trying to put that sort of idea out there that at the moment, especially, it's okay just to be yourself and just try and be yourself rather than trying to fit into everything else that's going on, really. So that's what we're.
I absolutely 100% agree with that and back everything you say. I love that. And okay, another thing I wanted to mention up, because I thought this was kind of cool, because not all bands do this, especially when it's kind of a band that's only have like a new debut album, but it tells your story, which I think is great. You guys have your own documentary, so
we do. Yeah,
tell us about that. That's a little interesting.
Yeah, well, that goes back to when we came together. We started in 2019 as the band. And I'd actually been having some issues with my mental health at the time. I mean, luckily, I think I've sort of managed to work my way through things. But going back to January 2019, I was in quite a dark place, really. So what I've done with the band and with the documentary is like, sort of try to, focus on what I've been through and how the band has sort of helped me personally and how we've sort of grown as a band from where we started. It was quite a low place. And, but yeah, it's just, again, it sort of fits in with the album title, Hope for the Hopeless. It's like, when everything does feel hopeless, there is a tiny bit of hope there, and that's the bit you've got to cling on to, and that's the bit to focus on. And if you keep focusing on it, then eventually you'll hopefully get, you'll get out of it, and you'll start feeling, I won't say better, but you feel more yourself, if you know what I mean. You feel more in control of what's going on around you. You take control, and that's what we're doing in the music, really, is because that's the thing, we don't really fit in. I've had this sort of conversation with people before, and they're sort of saying, what are you? Are you a punk band? Are you a metal band? Are you a rock band? And the honest thing is, we're everything. We've just taken everything and just chucked it all in, all the good bits that we love. We chuck it all in and see what comes out, and that's what we are. And we make no apologies for that. It's and the good thing with that is that we start from a low place, and we've, if someone had told me in 2019 that I would have done an album, I would be doing a documentary, I'll be even sitting here talking to you, something in California, it's like, I just wouldn't have believed it. So it is trying to turn that whole thought process around and just trying to do what you can do, and I think mental health now, especially with what's been going on and like with the pandemic and everything else, it's so important to look after yourself. There's a massive difference between self-care and being selfish. It's like self-care. As soon as you feel good yourself, then everyone else around you starts feeling good, and you can just improve things. And that's what we're trying to do with the documentary. It started from quite a low place, and then we've worked our way up, and that's what we're trying to do with this documentary over the last 2 years. Obviously, we've had a massive pandemic which has slowed everyone down, but at the same time, for us, we've done the best we can for the situation, and the documentary is going to highlight that. It's going to highlight how we've worked together and how we've come together, and and at the end of it, we've come away with an album, we've come away with a documentary, and the next thing for us is start touring and doing as many gigs as we can, and go from there, really.
Yeah, and I like the fact that, again, like I said, sometimes you don't really get a newer band doing a documentary because you get like the big main bands and people, all their story, how they started out, and because it's all money, 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 and and
Yeah,
that's great. Money makes the world go round. I get it. Trust me. I want to
yeah,
run commercials. Let me know. So I get it. Uh, but I still think it's great because then even in the beginning, it's like you're documenting your steps. You're documenting
yeah,
your journey, not going back through and going, I'm going to make a documentary on my life from the
yeah,
past, and I have to go back and talk to people from way back when or whatever. You're going to have something that is just, it's a little different because it's completely current in the fact of
yeah,
this is the things that we're doing, this is the steps we're taking, this is
yeah.
how we came together, and in the end we got a fucking album, or whatever,
Exactly,
so
exactly.
like you said,
That's
something
exactly
you would
it.
have never thought of, and having
Yeah,
an EP out, having a documentary out, talking to
yeah,
somebody in a whole different country about your music and having it
yeah,
played on their station. And so, hey, it's taking the risk, it's opening the doors, it's doing, like you
yeah,
said, doing what you have to do for yourself and that mental state, mental health. It is
yeah,
important. Self-care is very important. I'm very much an advocate for that, for self-help and self-care. And I come from a special needs community with my family and stuff like that. So I totally understand
yeah,
the mental stress that just being different and locked down and or something that
yeah,
is really hard to control. It can be very hard to stimulate your brain out of that depression or
yeah,
feeling
yeah.
that weight on you, and but like
Definitely.
but
Yeah,
doing this I think is a great way because then you're documenting, you're making that step, every day you have a little something to look forward to, because you
yeah,
got to do a little
exactly.
bit of
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
you got to do a little bit of that, and so that alone can bring that everyday excitement, just that little everyday, oh, I have to do this today for the documentary, oh, I got to do that, and
yeah,
then like you said, it's a domino effect. You start feeling better about yourself,
yeah,
you start doing a little bit more of this, other people see and feel that vibe off you, and then it
yeah,
starts going
yeah.
and you get that great domino effect. So I'm interested in the documentary. I definitely would watch it, so
Thank you.
whenever it's complete and everything like
Yeah,
that, I'll definitely take a look at it. You send it to us, we'll put
yeah.
it up on the show
Oh,
page
definitely will. Yeah,
and put it out there because it's music, it's entertainment music. That's the whole point of the Daily News Rock Show is, to bring in music news, not
yeah,
just the tracks that you're doing, but like how you came about for that. And, somebody else might be able to take that advice and use it for them because you don't know who you're influencing in the end.
and well, exactly. Yeah, I think that's the thing, especially with music, is like it seems to be like if you can work together with people and just different bands coming together, working together, it's so much stronger like together rather than trying to be divided or just everyone come together and just try and make it better. Really, that's the thing.
Fantastic.
Definitely.
Now, before we close out, I
Yeah,
usually do like to say, what would you give somebody else, some type of advice that somebody else that is also saying, hey, you know what, I really want to do this. I want to get started
yeah,
in this. And, what would you say, like how to go about it and work? Because I mean, again, the pandemic made people do things in a whole different manner as well.
yeah,
So you don't
yeah,
really have that easy mainstream. Things are just opening up, and that's even limited. It's not everywhere at once. It's slowly in tiers, opening up and
yeah,
stuff. So what would you say to
yeah.
somebody else, saying advice in this day and age of in such a hard industry to
Yeah.
work in too?
I would definitely say just do what you enjoy doing. Enjoyment is finding that piece that you really enjoy. That is more important than anything else at all because that's the as soon as you lose that bit, then everything else just becomes rubbish. So yeah, so if you can find anything, just like come together, just even just listen to a bit of music that takes you somewhere else and you makes you feel something. That's just cling on to that bit. That's the most important thing. That's what I'd say to anyone is if you can find something in music that I mean for me it's like listening to a Deep Purple riff like from Burn, their album Burn. Every time I hear that, it just takes me back to a place where when I was about 13 years old, I put it on and it's like that guitar riff. It's like, whoa, what's all that about? And that's changed my life. That's what I want to do. That's every time I pick a guitar now, I want to feel like that. I want to feel that energy, that passion, and passion is a massive thing. So as long as what you're doing is you're passionate about it and you're getting a good feeling from it, then that's all you need. That's really all you need. That's my advice, is just enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, then there's something wrong. That's basically it.
You know what? That's great advice, because if it's something that makes you feel good, and it's something you want to do, it makes you feel good to do it, and then hold on to that and do it. And even if people say, oh, you should slow down or do this or that, or you get no's along the way, there's always going to be no's. There's always going to be no's.
Definitely.
Just
And I
that
think
one yes.
No, I think you're right. And but the thing is, I mean, I've had so many no's throughout the years, like people telling me, oh, you should do it this way, you should do it that way, but just listen to yourself. I mean, that's all I do. That's what I do now, and I actually enjoy being in the band. I enjoy writing now. I enjoy, because it doesn't matter if everyone tells me it's rubbish. I don't care, because I'm going to still do it. I'm still going to get something. I'm going to get it for myself, And that's what I think music is so good, is that it's, as an individual, you can find something in music, and if it resonates with you and you feel it, that's what it's all about. That's the amazing thing with music, and that's why everyone wants to jump into music, because there's that feeling, and you can't put a price on that. It's perfect. It's good.
You know what? Exactly, and you hit it on the nose. You can't put a price on it. What makes you happy? Truly makes you happy. You can't put a price on it. And you got to find that what makes you happy and continue. And you know what? That's great advice. And thank you so much for, being on the Daily News Rock Show here on Rockers Edge Radio, and still on Chaotic Radio as well. The visuals, the audios go up always, we're aired first on Rockers Edge Radio, but the visual interviews go up on Chaotic Radio YouTube. So you're still featured on both stations. People get a chance to hear you on both stations, and I really appreciate that you took the time to talk to us and, tell us your process about everything. I really like the music. So make sure, folks, you check him out. Make sure to check out The Last of the Misfit Heroes. Their new album or EP out right now is Hope for the Hopeless, which the title alone should give you some hope, and see, that the music is fantastic. So check them out. They've got a lot going on for them. I think you're going to see and hear a lot from them. The music is fantastic. It spoke to me. It resonates with already people listening in on the station, so definitely check them out. And now, where can people find you? Where can they follow you? What's all the sites that you're on? What's your platform?
I mean, if people want to go to our YouTube channel, Last Misfit Heroes, you'll get all the videos there. Our Bandcamp, you can buy the album for £1 over here. So it's quite cheap. Go to our Bandcamp, and we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So just search Last Misfit Heroes and find us, definitely.
Nice, very nice. All right, you've heard him, everybody. Make sure you check him out. Thanks so much for tuning in. And you know what? Because I'm going to play his song one more time after we close out and say goodbye. Stay tuned, because we're going to play it one more time, just in case any of you that are tuning in right now missed it the first time. I want to make sure you hear this, because it's Pulling Punches from Last of the Misfit Heroes. We've been speaking with singer-songwriter frontman Steve Katz. He's already mentioned everybody else in the band. Make sure to follow him on all the platforms that he's mentioned. And don't forget, come back for more. All right, bye everybody, and stay tuned, because we're gonna play that song one more time.
Yeah.
Remember